Hello, church. We're looking at 1 John chapter 2 today for our daily Bible reading. Phrase of the day is just like him. All right, as we talk about the joy, this joining and fellowship we can have with Jesus and fellow believers, John goes into chapter 2 talking about how Christ is our advocate and also how then we are to respond, that we are to mimic Jesus. We are to live like him. So let's read this from verse 6. Whoever says he abides in him, which is once again being joined in fellowship, abiding, residing within Christ, ought to walk in the same way in which he walked, right? We need to mimic, we need to imitate, we need to live out the life of Jesus. And then he goes in to talk about how Jesus' life is marked with love. And so this is the new commandment he gives us, that we need to show love and support for each other. Then there's this transition that we need to love each other, we need to love Christ, but we are not to love the world. And so where there's caution of that the world and its love and what it pursues after is fading, is diminishing, is not going to last. So there's no point in loving something that is not going to have eternal significance. And so don't be persuaded or convinced or led astray by loving the things of this world. And then he gives us warning about the Antichrist, that there's going to be coming those who are trying to deceive the church, to lead them away from following Christ, to lead them away from loving God and loving others and being focused on eternity. And then we have this closing thing where we need to kind of have confidence. And so let's pick up in verse 28 to the end of the chapter. It says, "And now, little children, abide in him, so that when he appears, we may have confidence and not shrink from him in shame at his coming. If you know that he is righteous, you may be sure that everyone who practices righteousness has been born of him," right? That we should be eagerly expecting Christ to come because we're living just like him. So there's no shame in our lifestyle, no shame in how we're living, that we are being obedient to what he's called us to do. We're abiding in what he's called us to do. And so we can eagerly expect Christ coming. So let's be like Christ, church, and let's see this world changed for his glory's sake. All right, have a great day.